Okay, sure, let's give it a blade.
You... you can't be serious.
Yeah. Sure, if something bad happens, we could just reload the save.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote. The blade is one of our most valuable assets. We can't just give it to her. What if she uses it to kill us? I vote no. As do I. I, abstain? You abstain? She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
Yeah, never mind, that was just a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us now. We're gonna go, yeah, this one. This isn't a democracy. Giving her the blade.
You're going to get everyone killed. You know that, right? But of course you do.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to get at least most of the endings here.
You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
You hear a clanging of metal against the dirt floor, and the chains fall from the princess's wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart. It's a shame we just gave her a weapon, because if I were her, I'd use it on us right now. Luckily for us, you're not her. Oh, we sure think alike, though. I can promise you that. Whatever you say next, you better make it count. She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
You kill me. What can do? You can save your beautiful actually want to save you. This is feels like the only way to do it. Sure, let's go with this option.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her.
No, she's blushing.
I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it. We didn't mean it. Did we? If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steels her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Oh, shit. That was worth a try.
What? No. No, come on, that's not right. I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time.
As I instantly die.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
To the 3, the 4.
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
I mean, why are you surprised? She's killed us multiple times.
I told you not to give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us. I voted against it.
Yeah, this forest is looking pretty dead as well.
Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument. Oh, you're far from being on the right side of anything. You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Yeah, Smitten's here with us.
Oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more. Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love.
Oh great, here we go again.
She hates us. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death. As ridiculous as this guy is, maybe he has a point. I don't know if I necessarily buy into his whole love journey thing, but maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change, so maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try. Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no difference if we conspire in the shadows or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel cycle and whisking her away to freedom. Oh, are you now? Great, so you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once. Twice, actually. Sure. Twice. Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
Yeah, we're even now. I'm sure she understands that, but we can see what she has to say for herself when we get down to the cabin.
Yes, good. Playing both sides. That's what smart people do, and you're the smartest in the room. I'm not sure it counts as playing both sides if people can hear you doing it. Buddy, you're thinking in far too few dimensions. There's layers to doing this right, and I'm pretty sure the one making the choices gets that. Trust in the plan. Trust in what plan? The Decider's plan. Sure, we don't know what the plan is yet, but that's part of the whole trusting thing, isn't it? A good leader knows how and when to keep things secret, and sometimes a good leader even knows to keep things secret from himself. There isn't a plan, and that's the whole point. We're supposed to be guided by emotion. We're supposed to passionately live in the moment, and I'm sure that when the time comes, those passions will tell us to set our darling princess free. If I were you, I'd remember what she's done. You know how dangerous she is. And you should know that someone like her shouldn't be let loose upon the world.
Well, we need to get all the endings. Or at least I want to see all the endings. Yeah, let's proceed to the cabin. Yeah, no matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. The princess is a threat to you. She's a threat to me, and most importantly, she's a threat to the world. You know what you have to do.
Yep, and that's to proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore. The burned-out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old.
Huh, so I guess that's what happened. A fire burned through here. That's why everything looks dead. There's also some really nice poppies here, so...
The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table. A pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she?
Probably. Which is not good for us.
Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
And yet we're here.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers. Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
Okay, well, let's approach the mirror. As always.
Step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent. You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
Yeah, I wish we could get a better look at ourselves, but unfortunately that is not the case.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. What are you doing? Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are. Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it? Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
Yep, only one thing to do.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of them.
Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease, at least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
Yeah, it's hard to see why this chapter is called The Thorn.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help. Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? I lock you away and you come back. You let me kill you and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I want. I never really choose to come here.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
Yep, let's proceed down the stairs.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
I mean, don't know why you haven't killed yourself already, but especially being in this position, but yeah, I'm here to love. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Do you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I mean, we've tried to kill her multiple times as well, so an eye for an eye, I guess. I can cut you free, but you have to give me the blade.
And I'm supposed to believe it's safe in your hands? That you aren't just saying what you need to say in order to fool me and save yourself?
Yeah, you're not the only one who yearns for freedom. I'm as trapped as you are. I think we need to lead together.
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Yeah, and you've hurt me too.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Yeah, is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own. We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our kindness.
Then it's maybe past time for either of us to say anything. Well, it counts as action. Try to reach for the blade.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms. She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter? Yeah, a little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It feels good. Like we're special to her. We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings. Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him. I see that the lines have been drawn. It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
What do we do? I just want my blade back. You're on your own. Turn and leave. Yeah, now let's cut her free.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess. Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion. That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her. And I have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys. You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. and she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if, after all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade. Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip. You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
Yeah, likewise.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her. Kiss her now before the moment ends.
We can actually kiss her. Fuck it, let's do it.
Can we actually do that? No, you can't. Absolutely not.
Do it.
You know as well as I do that we can. And we
Fuck
wouldn't want
yes.
to throw away a chance for a special moment, now would we? If I were only capable of throwing myself off a bridge. Well, are you going to describe our steamy, romantic kiss?
I'm gonna fucking hate this, but I'm gonna enjoy making him squirm.
You lean in and you kiss her. And
And
she reciprocates enthusiastically. You kiss. It's done. Are you happy now? Come on
Fuck
now,
yeah.
this is the big moment. You can do better than that. Ugh, fine. You and the princess lock eyes and stare deep into each other's souls with all the roaring emotion that comes from letting what once was hatred turn into pure, unbridled passion. Are you making fun of us? And then each of you close your eyes and kiss. Words can describe neither the nuclear fire nor the oceanic depth of your connection. Please. I think he actually likes romance. If history itself were not about to end, historians would document this moment for the rest of time. Musicians would write era-defining ballads, and great artists would expend entire lifetimes trying to merely capture the spark you hold right now. He's making fun of us. It doesn't matter either way, because this is good stuff.
oh, of course you would like it.
I'm aware of my skills. But unfortunately for you, the moment doesn't last forever. You open your eyes, the princess smiles gently up at you. Time for you to damn the whole world to oblivion, I suppose.
At least we finally got to have our moment.
Her hand slips into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
And she's still got a lot of thorns around her.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Of course they are.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade. We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Yeah, just cut into the thorns.
As you swing your blade into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
I mean, I don't know, but you tend to make it easy for us to leave. The only obstacle we end up having from making us leave is her. She's always the problem when we actually want to leave.
Your nightmare is our
willingly.
dream. Whatever world would condemn star-crossed lovers like us to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better. You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Yep, step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now?
We go back to the quiet realm again.
Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
Do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. Time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone.
I will long for your return. We will meet again.
And I die. Okay, so that's another vessel down. And doomed to repeat it
You're
again.
on the path.
Okay, well, yes, time to slow, I guess. I'd like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time, and I think you might be a danger to the world. Going to attack you now.
Do you think that being direct with your ill will frees you from its wickedness? Murder and betrayal are still murder and betrayal, whether you state your intentions or keep them hidden behind your back.
See, this is why we never tell people what we're actually thinking. She's just as mad, only now she's ready for us.
Still, better a violent fool than a plotting coward. Better for me, I mean.
As you close the distance, readying your strike, the princess's chain falls from her wrist. She takes advantage of your split second of surprise and throws a fistful of dirt into your eyes.
Look, so that's what this is. Okay,
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little woman after my own heart, really. It's a shame we're playing opposite teams. This is why you couldn't just abandon her here. Left to her own devices, she would always find a way out. Now stop her.
You must have known I would be ready for you. Deep in your heart, you know the same things about me I know about you. We're both so very awful.
As you brush the silt from your eyes, the princess tackles you, flattening you against the dirt floor.
We were always going to kill each other here, weren't we? I can't trust you, and you can't trust me, and those doubts spin and spin and spin into hate.
She buries her teeth deep into your chest, tearing at... Great, she's distracted. Stab her in the back.
right. Well, she has a mouthful of my feathers.
In for a penny, right? Why not? As the princess rips meat from bone, you plunge your weapon into her unprotected back.
Ha, you bastard! Even face to face, you find a way to stab me in the back. I know you, and you're hideous, absolutely wretched. Just like me.
Maybe we are the same. So what? Throw her off us, kick her in the shins. We don't have to fight so dirty. Of course we do. Fighting clean won't help us win. It takes a wretch to know a wretch, and we're all at the bottom of the barrel here. There's no point in pretending otherwise. Are we? At the bottom of the barrel? We've got dirt in our eyes and a chunk of us chewed out. That's not the bottom of the barrel, what is? No arguments here. You're doing great. Keep playing dirty if that's what it takes. But if we win, we won't be at the bottom anymore. We'll have climbed a little higher. And once we start climbing, well, who knows where we'll stop? You'll stop right here if you keep daydreaming. Don't let yourself get distracted thinking about what comes after. None of us ever said we stopped fighting. What a low and vicious fight it is. Eyes gouged, skin scratched bloody, hair ripped and nails broken. Every rule there ever was in the Book of Honourable Combat. Both you and the princess have broken a dozen times over. That's nice and all, but are we winning?
Are you winning,
Who's
son?
winning? I thought playing dirty was supposed to give you the upper hand, but I suppose that doesn't work if you both sink to the same lows. Still, at least you're not losing.
For now.
The princess cackles maniacally as the battle continues. But behind her cackle, you hear the low groan of warping wood. Wait, what's going on? We're establishing a newer, better packing order. No, the groaning thing. Why is the wood making noise?
Yeah, why does the narrator need to point that out?
Who cares about the groan? It's just a sound. Things make sounds all the time. I care about the groan. Doesn't that mean something bad is happening? Oh, yes, well, I'm afraid that's the sound of the basement getting smaller.
Wait, what? How's it getting smaller?
Do you hear that, you pathetic wretch? Those are the roots of the wild, and they're coming to choke the breath from your lungs and squeeze the life out of you.
Excuse me, what? You and the princess disengage for a brief moment, just long enough to get your bearings. Behind you, the basement door has been sealed over, thick roots barring your only exit from the dirt pit. And slowly, but very perceptibly, the roots are closing in on you both.
That's right. They're coming for you. And they won't stop until there's nothing left down here but them.
Wait, what about you? They'll crush you just as easy as they'll crush me.
As long as you suffer while you die, I'll gladly suffer with you. Especially if I get to see it happen.
This doesn't help anyone. I can't believe she'd kill us both just to spite her. See? This is exactly why you've been tasked to slay her. She's an antisocial monster who'll gladly burn the whole world for her satisfaction.
I mean, in one of the endings, she literally did burn the place down, so...
The roots grow ever closer. No, we can see them.
Yeah, why though? Why are you doing this?
Because it's in my nature. Just like you coming down here to kill me is in yours. It's who I am.
That is extremely not us. We're just doing what we're told and making the best out of a difficult situation. Exactly. You're in the right here. Now focus up and win. You feel something against your back. A thick root pushing its way into the cavern. An unstoppable, unyielding wall of bark. You're running out of time. Shit. What do we do? What do we do? We should probably get back to Stab. The only way out of this is through her, right?
Okay, well... Okay, let's go out fighting then.
You attack the princess once more, and once more the two of you fall into a vicious brawl. The basement continues to shrink as you fight, but neither of you pay it any more mind. Not until it's too late. The roots twist around you both, binding your limbs and rendering you helpless. As your fates close in, all you can do is watch her, and all she can do is watch you. At first it's almost gentle, the two of you lifted delicately off the ground. But the cradle of the growing roots soon gives way to tightness, and that tightness gives way to bulging pressure as they begin to constrict. The sound of creaking wood is drowned out by the snaps and pops of your bones, pain flooding your senses as you feel your skin deform, being shaped unnaturally by the living basement. Tears well up in the princess's eyes, her own bones splintering and flesh swelling with trapped blood, but still she smiles through it all.
I can't wait to do this again, you wretched little thing. I hate you, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
The pressure is unbearable. You can't breathe, your vision swimming with red, your head pounding as everything tightens.
I'm sorry, but I can't see this, but... I thought this was one of her tits. I think it's her shoulder. I can't see it's one of her tits. And that's kind of taken it out at the moment, but still kind of really gruesome, being squeezed to death.
And then
Yep.
You pop. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Oh. At least it was quick. In chapter 3, The Wild. Ooh, this is different.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end. But something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
Huh, this is definitely very, very different. Usually we just had the narrator talk to us first when we wake up. Now it's the princess.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped. He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do?
Sure, there's no reason to keep secrets. Someone decided to go in guns blazing last time, and that someone got us killed.
Yeah, that someone would be me.
And what should we have done? Let you draw things out with all that conniving? Everyone knows a straight fight is best. It's honest. There's no need to bicker about it. I wasn't trying to start anything. I don't mind what happened to us. I kind of like it now that we aren't actively being crushed. Yeah, now that you mention it, this isn't so bad.
And it's not like the fight is what killed us anyway, it was the cabin. No point worrying about who charged who when that place ground us all into paste in the end. The princess included.
It was a fitting end. I'm sorry if it hurt, but doesn't this make it all seem so small?
I see. So the cabin ground you into paste, and now you're convinced you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
This thing watching us. What is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
Okay, there are a lot of things here. Yeah. Don't like this. I'm supposed to be me, and you're not supposed to be something that isn't me. What do we want right now? Is an abomination. I want out. Let's try this one. I had enough of this guy. How do we stop him?
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
Oh, okay. It's a chance whether we remember it or not. Yeah, let's turn inward and find your freedom.
You fall inward into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere at once, just in the right place at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same. What is he going on about? What does he know about us?
He can't make us quit, no matter how much he tries. He knows that talking's all he can do. Of course he's gonna try and confuse us.
You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There's a place you need to be, just need to find it.
You stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible.
All the more reason to keep trying. Come on, we aren't tired yet.
That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you. Find the way out.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
But you do find something. It's cold and smooth. It gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness, flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now. I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
Ooh, what is that? Please disappear at the sound of the breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gazed through the tiniest hole in the world. The place you need to be.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned. Oh, can it? This was all of us, fighting as one.
Is this
fuck.
what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
About to be taken away.
Beautiful.
Just before we get to fully see what that is. So close. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
But you never get the chance to answer her. Tend to see her gone behind you. Memories return.
She's gone. Is that a...
Yep. Back here, once again.
This doesn't feel right.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
Okay, yep. Gaze into the reflection. Have I grown? I'm pretty sure she's just gonna say the same stuff.
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Yeah, it was weird not seeing the actual princess here for once, but whatever this is supposed to be.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Yeah, okay. Oh, time to do this again. Okay, let's see what happens if we remember this time.
We can't go back to that. We can't go back to the doubting and the hatred and the schemes. Not after being something as beautiful as this.
Doesn't all that conflict feel so far away right now? So petty? We've been posed against each other by something that understands the strength of our unity.
Yeah, she definitely doesn't like the idea of that.
Spoken like, honestly, a real puppet master. Have we considered that maybe she's the one trying to trick us?
Honestly, I don't know who to believe at this point.
I'm not.
But there's a feeling, isn't there? That petty feeling she mentioned, it is fuzzy, but it's there. Almost like she still hates us.
It feels mutual.
Please, stop. If you pay attention to that feeling, we'll fall apart.
Don't look at it!
She's trying to turn you away from the truth. There's something she doesn't want you to see. I think you already know you have to look at it.
Hold yourself together. We're no strangers to effort. We can push this back down. Something might do us in eventually, but I'll be damned if that something is a thought.
Gaze at the hatred in your heart.
Please, don't make us remember how we were.
And just like that, you start to fall apart. Right, she really does hate us, and we hate her. It hurts thinking about us as separate things, but we're separate. We can't hate ourselves. I love me.
We never got to see the end of that fight, did we? We can't both be winners. One of us has to beat the other, right?
I don't want to remember what it felt like to be killed. It was so much nicer when it didn't feel like it mattered.
And yet you keep remembering. You remember the loathing and animosity you've shared with the princess, the pain and the anger and the betrayal. And you start to remember something else, too.
you remember that you are a distinct being with a finite form and a mortal body. You can feel it. There is a shifting of the space around you, the infinitesimal movement of your molecules rearranging back into the shape of what you're meant to be.
Maybe bygones can't be bygones. I don't know why I ever wanted to share a body with you, of all things. It's like my very soul reeks of yours. That was horrible. This is better, finally. I'll be able to hurt you like you deserve. I wish I didn't have to.
Some divisions, when sown, can never truly be mended. A cavernous gash rips across whatever it was you thought you were.
Back to the cabin again.
A cabin comes into being among the trees. It approaches, and it swallows your body whole. And then you find yourself, blade in hand, exactly where you need to be. At the center of it all is the princess, a wooden and fleshy heart beating with an unbroken rhythm. You're filled with a sense of purpose. Strike at her. End this once and for all.
Kill me then, if you hate me so much. Just get it over with.
This doesn't feel like a fight. This isn't what I wanted. Where's the victory in this?
Well, this should be easy. If you're sure about it.
I mean, what's the point of being king of the hill if there's no one around to be better than? We'd just be sitting on a hill.
Do we have to do this? You have to. You know you have to.
And in the end, we can still cut her free. What happens if we cut her free?
You devious little bastard. If you think I'm going to let you free her, you have another thing coming. And that other thing is... we'll just have to wait and find out when it happens.
Alright.
Just ignore him. What's he gonna do? Lecture us into submission? He can talk all he wants.
He's weak. Thinks he can boss us around when he doesn't have any authority. We're clearly the ones with authority around here, so we can do whatever we like. You're tired, aren't you? No, I'm not. I'm... fine. Whatever. You cut the princess down from the roots that bind her. I hope you're happy. Good luck getting her out of here.
I didn't think you would do that after everything. It's so cold without you.
And she gets taken.
She's gone. Is that a...
Yeah, we've been through all this before.
This doesn't... Screw the mirror. We just need... If they think it...
Flickering lights in empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement.
Yeah, we already been here, and we just needed to... we need to... Yeah, I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return.
There we go. Okay, gonna... do my last save. And then see what happens when we slay her.
You raise the blade, taking aim at her heart. And then you strike.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, you don't need to be sorry. And yeah, she still gets taken anyway. We never see her die. It's time to leave. Memory
She's gone.
returns. I like kill you, but I can't set you free. Too risky. What if I stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one. Can't be seen.
Thank you.
No. I think you walk up to the...
They're large and heavy.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere doubtful.
Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have...
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally.
The wound drives her to the ground.
Okay. There's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us.
It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you.
I'm not so sure.
Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely very different, I think.
Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
Okay, we don't have much of a
Though
choice.
your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees.
We can still turn this around.
Maybe we can run for the stairs and lock her in the basement. Maybe she'll bleed out.
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here.
What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be.
You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off. Your eye...
Just ignore her. Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just...
Okay, yeah, that just leads to the nightmare. Okay. You're a wizard. Huh, interesting. Huh, okay. Okay, I'm wondering if I need to actually do these endings all in one playthrough instead of, hopping through my saves, because, yeah, this is slightly different. Yeah, I find myself in here again. Here at the cabin. Did she say something different this time?
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Huh, she does. Okay, interesting. So I may have to go back through all the endings again. Now done. Oh god, that's gonna take a while because I can't remember which ones I've done. Okay, well, this is gonna probably take a while, so...
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Can you give me a single straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are...
Okay, yeah, we've already heard that one before. It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Does that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll,
Apparently I've already heard
abandoned
that
to the
one.
company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart.
Okay, well, I think we've pretty much heard all these before, though. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Yeah, and we die. And we're back here
You're on
again.
the path in the...
Oh, you bastard. You'll regret this.
As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam. I'm afraid you won't be leaving until the task is finished. Doesn't matter how many chains she's in, without your intervention, she'll find a way out eventually. That's not fair. Unless you deal with her right here, right now, she will remain an existential threat to the entire world. What seems unfair to you is fair for everyone else.
Huh. So it's not even safe to think. I see how it is.
I told you that you'd regret saying that, but I didn't think you'd regret it so fast, and with so little effort on my part.
Yeah, I don't like that she was smiling doing that, but yeah, apparently I've never seen this dialogue before. But yeah, I was gonna leave it behind in this section, but yeah.
I guess we're stuck together. This path is already worn by travel, and has been seen by one of my many eyes. You cannot walk it again. Change your course.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so apparently she tells me that I've already been here. Okay, so we got that ending where we got shackled to the wall.
This doesn't feel...
You're right.
Okay, how are we looking now? You're unraveled. Huh, interesting. Yeah, gotta just proceed to here again.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think anything out there is real? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart. Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Yeah, when you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
I mean, potentially, after seeing one of the endings. Yeah, he does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.